Now we are going to discuss question number 5. How are viroids different from viruses? So we have to basically differentiate between viruses and viroids here. So first of all, viroids. What are viroids? Viroids are infectious entities which can affect plants. Viroids are actually infectious entities which can affect plants, and they are smaller in size as compared to the viruses. If we talk about viruses, what are viruses? Viruses also are infectious agent with only nucleic acid molecules surrounded by a coat of protein. They are not cells and they are not considered as living as well, because they actually have a dual life. When they are in the environment, they act as their dead organisms, and when they enter into the host organism, when they enter into another organism such as in plants, in case of animals, they become active. They act as a living molecule. So viruses are not considered as living. And what are viruses? Viruses are just nucleic acid molecules surrounded by a coat of protein, and they are infectious. If we talk about the sizes of viroids and viruses, viroids are smaller as compared to the viruses. Alright, now if we want to discuss the differences between viroids and viruses, then viroids have only single circular DNA, whereas viruses having numerous DNA. They are having numerous DNA. In case of viroids, RNA doesn't code for proteins. In a normal case of any living organism, we know that RNA codes for protein. Alright, but in case of viroids, RNA doesn't code for protein, but in case of viruses, RNA codes for protein. RNA codes for protein in case of viruses. Viruses also have numerous. They are having numerous DNA, whereas viroids have only a single circular DNA. If we talk about the RNA copying in case of viroids, RNA copied in viroids in only nuclear regions. And in case of viruses, the RNA copied into cytoplasm as well as in nuclear regions. So these are the basic differences between the viroids and viruses. So we are going to write the answer on screen here. First of all, we have to give definition what is viroid and viruses. So first we are talking about viroids. Viroids. These are infectious entities. That means agent, we can also call them agent. These are infectious entities which can affect plants, and they are smaller in size as compared to the viruses. If we talk about the viruses, they are also infectious agent. They are also infectious agents. They cause infection to both plants and animals. So they are also infectious agents with only nucleic acid molecule surrounded by a coat of protein. Surrounded by a coat of protein. Alright, so these are the definitions of viroids and viruses. They're not having protein codes. Viroids lack protein codes and they have protein codes, viruses have protein codes. If we want to differentiate between viruses and viroids, then here we are going to discuss viruses and here we are going to write about viroids. Alright, so first of all, RNA in case of viroids doesn't code for protein, whereas in case of viruses, RNA codes for protein. RNA codes for protein in case of viruses. Then viroids have only single circular DNA. They have only single DNA, whereas viruses have numerous DNA are present in viruses. Numerous DNA they are having. Then RNA copying occurs only in nucleus, and in case of viruses it can happen in cytoplasm as well as nucleus. Alright, if we talk about the size, then they are comparatively smaller. As compared to the virus's size. So this is a complete solution of question number 5 on the screen.